Let's be honest, we all had a junk food phase in our 20s where we could eat anything that we wanted and still got a pass for a healthy body. We didn't have many repercussions for the mindless consumption then, but that is not the case now. If you are above 50, it's high time that you become conscious of what goes inside you if you haven't already, as this would mean the difference between waking up with a sore body or high on energy, up and ready to go with the day. So in today's episode of Healthy Over 50, we have for you the 5 foods you need to avoid after 50 for a healthier life. Number 1, toss that soda can away. It isn't a surprise to know sodas serve no purpose with its negligible nutritional value and very high sugar. Especially when it comes to older adults, they seem to have smaller appetites, which would mean you will have to focus on nutrient-rich food rather than foods that just aim to fill your stomach. In addition to sodas bringing no nutritional value, they could also pose a potential to worsen ailments like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even dementia. Dark sodas are even more problematic as they are said to contain phosphoric acid, a high consumption of which could lead to loss of calcium from bones and thus having a higher risk of osteoporosis and fractures. Also, sugary drinks have a high amount of added sugars that could contribute to weight gain and a diabetes risk. It would be much healthier if you choose to have water, unsweetened tea, or low-sugar beverages instead. So if sodas were your favorite drink, it's high time you bid adieu. Number 2, no more processed meat. Processed meat like hot dogs, bacon, and sausages are meat that have undergone processing in some way or the other in order to preserve its taste and flavor for a longer time. They are said to contain chemicals that are associated with an increase in the chances of many chronic diseases like bowel and stomach cancers, heart diseases, and high blood pressure. But that doesn't mean you give up on that meat. So what can you eat instead? Replace processed meat with cooked or roasted meat. Even canned fish is safe enough. Number 3, that extra alcohol drink might cost you your health. Alcohol is fine as long as it's an occasional drink. But if you are one of those who just drinks till you black out, you may want to quit it or at least limit it to a drink or two. Cutting down on alcohol would be the best thing you can give your body after 50, as excessive drinking is known to accelerate the aging process of your brain. You might want to save your memory and cognitive skills as much as you can, and alcohol may not be your best friend for that. As you grow older due to muscle loss, you have a lesser water retention in your body than before, which means you can't afford that 2 bottles of beer like you did before, especially when alcohol makes you even more dehydrated, resulting in a higher alcohol blood content. Not just that, excessive alcohol drinking for a long period of time is linked to several cancers, liver damage, immune system disorders, and brain damage. Now that you know how bad alcohol could be for you, hopefully you will be conscious of it from here on. Number 4, fried foods in a limit. Fried foods contain high levels of unhealthy fats that you would be better off without. Low amount of saturated fats in your diet wouldn't be a problem. But fried foods have too much of these saturated fats, and large consumption of them could contribute to weight gain and even heart diseases. These saturated fats are also heavier and have the tendency to stick around in the stomach for a longer time compared to other foods. This would mean you will have more sleepless nights due to a heartburn or indigestion. So instead of frying, try baking, grilling, or roasting your food as a better alternative. Number 5, high sodium meals are a big no. Do you know that almost 75% of people over age 60 have high blood pressure? And excessive salt is known to be one of the villains. It's important that after 50, you try to reduce your salt intake as they are found to be a major risk factor for high blood pressure and heart diseases. Limit your salt intake by avoiding processed foods, which usually have a ton of salt in them. You could swap to herbs and spices if you are looking for that flavor. A healthy diet doesn't mean you give up on your favorite food items. You could be creative and find tastier but healthier alternatives to replace the junk and be wary of the quantity. With some conscious dietary changes and a good lifestyle, you could continue leading a better quality of life long after your 50s. Keep watching our videos, like and subscribe while we are back with more informative content soon.